I wish you all welcome to another video on Panonnia metal detecting channel. And as you can see, today we are not in our usual surroundings on the fields with birds and wind, but we are actually back home in my room where most of my work is happened with the YouTube videos. And as some of you maybe who were watching some of my previous videos have heard, that most of my fields are now in crops, so there is no point of detecting and digging to anger the farmers. So I have decided to make a video about coins for a change, to see how it will sit with you. And along I have thoughts over my head which coin I would like to present to you and maybe explain and show, and I have decided to do it with my all-time favorite coins, those of the 18th and 19th century, the period which I collect the most, the period which I like the most. And of all of those special coins, there is one which has captivated me for many years. It was the coin that sparks the fire of collecting in me, and that fire has not been put out up to this day. So let me present to you the Austrian Gulden. You may know this coin under the name of Austrian Florin, but basically it's the same name, two names for the same coin, so to say, and it is a beauty. So let's dive into that. So before we get into some details, a short explanation of what the Austrian Gulden is. It was the main currency of the Austrian empires from 1754 up to 1892, and basically one gulden was half of Reichsthaler. Thaler was a currency used by the emperor and rich noblemen to pay for their works, to pay for their buildings, basically a coin for big transactions. While the gulden, well, the gulden was coin of the commoners, of craftsmanship, workers, villagers, stuff like that. One example is that one gulden could pay you a monthly scholarship at the church. So that says basically how much was that thing worth in the 19th and 18th century. So let's get started with some details. In this video I will be mostly referring to the coins issued under the Franz Joseph I, one of the last emperors of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and Austrian Empire. So we start with the young version of Franz Joseph. As you can see, here is a bust of the young emperor wearing a laurel leaf with mint mark A below, which stands for Vienna, of course, the capital city. And starting from the back side over here is the legend which says Franz Joseph I, di gratie Austria Imperator. So self-explanatory, Franz Joseph I, by the grace of God, Austrian Emperor. And these coins are really desirable when it comes to collecting these guldens or florins, since the young version of the emperor was not too long in the issue, so taking into consideration that he ruled for over 60 years, it's no wonder that these coins when he was young are quite scarce and desirable. And if we turn the coin on the back, we can see all the beauty and all the details which make this coin a really collectible. And one of the reasons why I have started to collect these coins, because there is a lot of letters and there is a lot of details. So we'll start with the middle, of course. You have the imperial eagle wearing a sword and a scepter in his right leg, and the royal orb in the left, with a crown of Austrian emperors on top, and with crest in the center, which is basically a crest of family Habsburg-Lorraine. And around it we have many titles besides the Austrian emperor which Franz Josef was holding. So we will start over here on the left. You can see there is letters Gel, Lod, Il, Rex, AA, and there is a year of production, 1858. Then we proceed to Hung, Boch, Lomb et Ven. So basically Galicia, Lodomeria, Illyricum, King and Archduke of Austria, Hungary, Bohemia, Lombardy and Venice. So besides the title of Archduke of Austria, he was also King of Hungary, Bohemia, Lombardy and Venice, Galicia and Lodomeria, and at the end Illyricum, which was also present-day Croatia. And here on the bottom you can see the number 1 with letters F and L, which stands for 1 florin. I would say this is a beautiful example of Austrian florin. The condition is not perfect. I am not a perfectionist when it comes to the coins. If the coin is looking lovely in my eyes, I will buy him, of course. The second coin of today's video is this beautiful florin from 1888, and this coin is actually the first one which I got into my collection of coins. It was a gift from a very good friend, and this was the coin which started the fire of collecting 18th and 19th century coins, especially those from Austrian Empire and periods of Austro-Hungary. And as you can see, the notable difference from the previous one is over here we have the older version of the emperor. Franz Josef has entered some serious years, and basically except for the bust there is no bigger changes or no changes at all at the obverse of this coin. As you can see, it's toned perfectly. All the high grounds are still silverish, while the lower grounds are tarnished and darked. So that's really desirable when it comes to collecting silver coins. But if we turn the coin around, there is slight difference from the previous versions. The eagle and all the details on the eagle remain the same, but there is big changes when it comes to the lettering. As you can see that there's quite a few titles missing in this coin. Basically in 1871 the Italy has unified as a single kingdom, so Lombardy and Venice have become part of Kingdom of Italy, so there was no point of florin to have the letters for Lombardy and Venice, and no more titles for Franz Josef. So as you can see, All the rest are here: Hungary, Bohemia, Galicia, Lodomeria, Illyricum and Archduchy of Austria. So that's quite a notable change, as you can learn a lot of history from these coins. Last example of the florin is this beautiful piece. It's the same coin as the previous one, but the difference is this was the last year this coin was minted, 1892. Since 1892 the new currency of the Austro-Hungary will be Corona coins. I will feature these in one of my future videos. And I would say this is the most beautiful example which I have in my collection. It has amazing level of details. It's definitely been cleaned in the past, but I don't mind as long as it's not too much. And I would say this is a coin which could look beautifully in every collection. No matter if you collect ancient coins or some particular country, this is a coin which is both beautiful and actually very affordable. These coins in Croatia usually go for 100 or 150 kunas, which is around 15 to 20 euros. So I would say this is a beautiful coin at a beautiful price, and I recommend everyone to start collecting these so that I can have someone to exchange with. And there is one more version of the coin I would like to show you. It was introduced in 1870 and it's a Hungarian version of the Austrian Florin. Basically 4 years prior to the issue of this coin there was Austro-Hungarian deal in 1867, which resulted in splitting the empire into the two pieces, with Austrian half and Hungarian half. And a consequence of that split was the issue of the florin on the Hungarian language. And as you can see on the obverse, the bust of the emperor remained the same, while the titles are, well, in Hungarian, and I will not pronounce them, not to insult our Hungarian friends and butcher these pronunciations. I will write them next to the coin and of course translate them. And basically the coin, the weight, the size, everything remains the same, only the titles have changed. And on the back there is also a change. There is no more Austrian eagle, but instead of that we have the crown and the lands of the Saint Stephen. Basically on the left side and the right side we have the words Hungarian Kingdom, Magyar Királyság. And this coin, instead of called the florin, it was called a forint. It is old Hungarian currency which is in use to present day in Hungary. And below that we have the year 1879. When it comes to this emblem of the lands of the crown of Saint Stephen, we have several small coat of arms presented below the crown. On the left top corner we have the Croatian coat of arms. Next to it is a Dalmatian coat of arms. Over here is the coat of arms of province of Slavonia, and on the right bottom is the emblem or coat of arms of Transylvania. And in the middle we have the design which I have often showed on this channel. It's the Hungarian coat of arms divided in half. On the left side are the Arpad stripes, the sigil of the Arpad dynasty, the first dynasty in Hungarian kingdom. And somewhere over here on the right there's supposed to be a cross, but since this coin is really worn out, I will show you on this next example with the slight changes to this design. There were also few changes on the Hungarian version as well. As you can see on this coin, the shape of the letters has changed a little bit from the previous version, and the bust remained the same. But if we turn the coin around, you can see the changes in the shape of the coat of the arms of the lands of this crown of the Saint Stephen. The lettering remained the same. They changed the positions a little bit. So is the year. The year was on the bottom of the previous one. Over here is somewhere at 11 o'clock, and in the middle you can see the crests a bit better. Croatia, Dalmatia, Slavonia, Transylvania, and in the middle Hungary. So I would say this coin is looking well, the design of this coin is looking a bit better in my eyes. Maybe I'm a little bit biased by the Croatian and Slavonian coat of arms, which is the country and the region where I live today, but overall shape of this coin, the design, both versions, the Austrian and the Hungarian, are amazing. This is all for today's video. I did not want to make it too long. I didn't talk too much, I hope. I just wanted to give you some insight and backstory of these beautiful coins, which are produced in the 19th century and were ended in 1892. We will probably do some more coin videos with some other countries, other kingdoms, other empires, and I hopefully will see you on one of the future videos. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll also inspire some of you to start collecting these coins if you haven't already. They are such great pieces of history, and before all of it, such great pieces of art, I would say. When you take into consideration this coin and compare it with modern coins, I would say the difference are right there to see. So this is a modern Croatian money, and this is old money used in Croatia, and between these two I will always rather collect these rather than these modern ones. So hope you enjoyed it. I believe I already said that. I will be seeing you on some of the future videos.